welcome to the first episode of Soul Talks with Alka. My name is Alka Aneja, and I want to welcome everybody to this show. This particular show is very close to my heart. It is something that is personal for me, and also it is something that cuts across cultures. Depression is something that doesn't look at what religion you're from, what country you're from. It will get a hold of you. As a matter of fact, in the United States, depression is the number one reason for disability insurance. That's the number one reason that people are out of work. With that, I'm going to welcome a good friend and my first guest, and I'm super excited to have her here, Arti Oza Magaonkar. Welcome, Arti.
Hi, good evening. Thank you, Alka, for having me.
It's my absolute pleasure.
First of all, congratulations on this show.
Thank you.
And it's my honor, and I'm so excited to be here today as your first guest.
Thank you.
Thank you again, and congratulations.
Thank you. So Arti, talk to me a little bit about yourself. So tell me a little bit about your family and about who you are as a person.
Sure. So like Alka said, I've known Alka for a few years. She's a good friend of mine now. My name again is Arti Oza Magaonkar. I'm in the US from last 32 years. My background is in sales. I'm married to my husband Jay, and together we have two kids, 25 years old daughter Renu and 20-year-old daughter Alicia.
Nice, very nice. I have beautiful daughters.
Thank you.
Tell me, when was your depression diagnosed?
My depression was first diagnosed around 17, 18 years ago.
Okay.
In the beginning, I wasn't sure what was happening to me because I was just feeling very tired, no energy, no motivation, didn't want to talk to anyone. So it was very difficult to understand what's happening to me.
Yeah.
And then in a couple of years, I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety.
So what happened? I mean, we all get tired, right? We all are sometimes. So how did you know that this was different?
This was different because I realized it was a serious problem when I couldn't get out of bed for 3 hours. I just couldn't get out of bed. I had no energy. I just couldn't get out of bed and go to the bathroom, get breakfast, get ready. I had no energy, no motivation. That's when I realized.
So your girls were young, right?
My daughters were very young. They were young kids. Yeah, they were in elementary school pretty much.
Wow. So how did you explain that mommy doesn't feel good today to the kids?
Well, it was very difficult in the beginning because they wouldn't understand because they were so young. So they just thought that I'm not well. I wasn't able to make them understand. But again, I had a great support system. My parents, my husband, they were helping me out. And over the years, I was able to, overcome it. But it was a big struggle, a big fight.
Even with your parents, was it something your parents, your family, did they understand? It's something as though, unless you're going through it, you don't understand it.
That's true. No, in the beginning, actually, nobody understood. It was so hard to explain and make them understand because they would say oh, you look fine. You can go to work. You can do this. You can drive. And I was like, you don't understand. I am not able to do it. Don't push me. There was a lot of moments where I was extremely angry because they couldn't understand. They couldn't relate. So it was very, very difficult.
When your doctor diagnosed it,
yes,
then what happened? Did they put you on medicine?
Yes, they put me on medicine. I was on disability from work.
You were on disability.
For a lot of times, for 6 weeks to 2 months. But in the beginning, again, the medications were not working right away. I had a lot of side effects. I would gain weight, no appetite. Sometimes I would eat a lot. Sometimes I wouldn't. I would sleep a lot. So the medications in the beginning did not help at all.
What about your mood swings? Did you have mood swings?
I did. I would get angry. I would, I would just feel very upset. Why is this happening? So there would be a time where, and once I started feeling better, I was normal. I would behave oh, nothing's wrong. Again, I would get the symptoms again, maybe 8 months or 1 year down the road. And I would be oh my God, I'm again sick. This is not good. Then the doctor would change the medication because the medication wouldn't work for too long.
So is there a trigger point? Have you found that, if I do the X, Y, and Z, I get triggered?
No, because sometimes I've had the symptoms all year round in different weather. So sometimes my doctor would say, oh, maybe it's the winter, or maybe it's this, or maybe you're working too hard, or maybe there's something going on in your job or with your family. But I think it's a serious chemical imbalance that you have, and it's a serious illness.
Right.
It's like diabetes, heart disease, cancer. It's just like that.
Most people who have depression, and especially in the Indian culture, right? If you have depression, you're there's a stigma related to it, right? That what are people going to say? What if I tell somebody? Are they going to look at me different?
Yes.
Is my credibility going to go down?
Yes.
The fact that you came out to speak today, right?
Yes.
It's huge because it gives everybody a power to say this is just a disease.
And you're absolutely right, because in the beginning, I was extremely ashamed of it. I was not very vocal about it. I wouldn't share with everyone. In fact, I wouldn't share with some of my friends. Maybe at work you had to tell your boss because they're going to see it. But besides my immediate family, I was not willing to talk about it. Until I would say a few years ago, I decided, you know what, I'm not going to hide this, because I'm sure, just like me, there are plenty other people out there, especially women, Indian women.
Right. And lately, I mean, recently, right? We heard Deepika Padukone came out with it.
Yes.
And even when she came out with it, she said the first thing people would say is, you have everything. Why are you depressed?
And that's what I was told. In fact, I was told by my doctor, by my parents, even my husband, Jay, would be like, oh, what's bothering you? Is something bothering you? Are you sad? I'm like, no, but it is a serious problem. I'm so glad that I'm talking about it, because it's just making me feel good.
Yeah.
Because I know how I wouldn't talk about it in the past.
Yeah. And you never know, right? Somebody else may be struggling with that same thing and say, listen, I can't even share it with my friends. I can't share it with anybody. And I have to kind of take this alone and be with it.
Yes.
And it's hard.
It's very hard, especially when you have no one that can relate to it.
Right.
But, I met a couple of people at my work who had the same problem, and I was able to relate. And it is so good to know when someone is going through the same thing that you're going, you feel that you're not alone.
That's right. So did you ever see a psychiatrist?
Yes, absolutely. Eventually, after, seeing a couple of doctors, they told me to see a psychiatrist, and I did. And I'm seeing her from last many years, and I'm on very stable medication now. But besides that, also, I do yoga, I walk, I exercise, and I watch what I eat. So I'm very mindful of all that. But again, I still sometimes always have that fear at the back of my head that, I'm going to get sick again. And it's okay. If I do, I do. But I also have noticed one thing, that the frequency of me getting sick over the years has become less.
That's awesome. That was just going to ask, do you notice that it becomes less, or do you recover faster?
It's also become less, and you recover faster. Like, say if I am in the past, I would be down for like a month. So maybe now I'm only down maybe a week or two at the most.
Okay. What are the strategies that you use to get out of it faster?
Well, I push myself. Okay. I really do. I push myself, and I have an amazing sister. She's like my best friend. She's like my rock star. She will push me. She will be like, you can do it. You can do it. Just push yourself, push yourself. And she kind of brainwashes me that way with positive input. And you know what? I push myself, and then I see that, okay, I didn't hurt anyone, or I didn't break anything. Because in the past, I would be so afraid to do anything, because I would think maybe I'm going to break something or damage something or hurt someone, by either saying something or doing something. Yeah. But now, last 4-5 years, I've really become better by pushing myself.
So did your self-confidence, when you were going through the phase, did that go down?
It did. My self-confidence did go down, especially in my career. I was affected a couple of times at my job. I was laid off. Of course, they won't say it's because of your sickness, but, it's understood. But I worked myself. I surround myself with amazing, positive friends. I read positive books, especially on people on true biography lifestyles. I watch a lot of videos, so I keep myself busy.
Nice. And now that the girls are older,
yes,
how do they, obviously they see their mom as a role model, right? She's going through something, she's come out of it, she's taking care of her health. So you're obviously a great role model, but how do they now deal with this whenever it happens?
Well, my kids, now that they're adults, they are very supportive of me. They understand, especially my older daughter. She did her MBA and psychology and in bachelor's in psychology. So she understands, and of course, even my younger daughter does, but they understand. They do. They support me.
They do support you.
Yeah.
But and so what do they say when they see you in a funk, right? Or when they see you in that mood, and in not the way they are used to seeing their mom? Do they come out and say, "Mom, it's happening again"? Or do they say, "Mom, let's go out for coffee"?
Yes, when they see me lying down and my mood is down, they can tell right away. Then they would be like, "Mom, get up, get ready. Why don't you just go to work? Drive and go to work. You can do it." And I'm like, "No, I can't drive. I don't think I'm feeling that good. I think I'm down again." And they keep pushing me also. And they understand, but, at the same time, they know not to like push me to extreme because they know I'm really not feeling that good.
Right. So, but your jobs, and I know you said that you got laid off a couple of times.
Yes.
Do you then always continue to go back to school and get different degrees, or do you continue to keep looking for jobs when you are laid off from one?
I just no, I'm not going back to school. I'm done with school, but I do, take a little break and get myself together again, get better, and then I'll just apply for another job.
Okay.
And I've been lucky and blessed that way that I get a job.
Nice. When your daughters come to you about this,
Yes.
what is your words of wisdom to them from your experience?
From my experience, I tell my daughters, listen, always be kind to others because you don't know what kind of battle they're fighting.
That's right.
You just don't know. So be kind. Sky is the limit. Dream big. I always say they've already achieving so much in life at such a young age. And, I'm sure in the future, whatever comes your way, I say, don't let success get to your head. Don't let failure get to your heart.
That's right.
Simple things like that.
And then what about your relationship with Jay? I'm sure marital relationships get affected, right?
Yes.
Because your mood swings are extremely high.
Yes.
You're becoming a recluse.
Yes.
How does that get affected with your husband?
Well, with Jay, first of all, I wouldn't be here speaking today without him. He has been so supportive by my side, and he has done things I don't think any other man would do. But yes, because of some strong medication, I would be like very agitated and aggravated and very moody. I don't want to be intimate. So it has affected our marriage. But, through thick and thin, we've pulled it through.
That's nice. And what about friends? Do you see like the society at large when you openly talk to people about that I do suffer through depression? If somebody ever talks to you, do you see that face change? Do you see anybody react to it differently? Or is it just all, how we make our problem seem more than it would actually be? And when you tell people, they accept it and they're like, we accept it, it's fine.
I have very good and close friends and they know about it. They all know about it and they're still my friends today. So I'm blessed that way and they all understand and they've always been there for me. If I need anything, I can count on them.
That's awesome. So if somebody's feeling that way, where they think that, this might be something that's not right with me. I'm not being able to get out of bed and I'm not being able to do something that I should be doing. What is something that you would recommend to that woman?
I would recommend to go see a psychiatrist right away.
Okay.
Don't delay that. Talk to someone. Go to a therapist. Because sometimes it can get so severe that your mind can also become suicidal.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did you ever have those thoughts?
I've had it a couple of times. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So then what happened because those are scary, right?
Those are very scary moments.
Yeah.
Because you just want to give up on everything because you don't know why this is happening to your body.
Right.
It is so severe that your whole body is not able to function. And you look normal, you look fine, but you're not able to function. So then you just get more depressed because you don't know why, right? And you do want to just give up. You just want to give up.
So if besides going to the doctor, what is another thing? If you could give women 2 or 3 things that they should immediately do if they're feeling those symptoms.
If anyone is feeling that way, I would recommend first call your doctor, see a psychiatrist, also talk to your spouse, talk to your friends, talk about it. Just get help. Don't be like me. I didn't get help right away. So you should get help. See your doctor, see your psychiatrist right away. Get on the right medication.
Yeah. I think getting that diagnosed quickly can ease the process.
Absolutely. It took me at least over 2 years to fix this problem.
Oh, okay. And so if you could turn back time,
Yes.
you would have gone to the doctor.
Much quicker, and especially a psychiatrist, because this has nothing to do with your regular doctor.
Right.
You need to see a psychiatrist.
So did you have to go through a few psychiatrists? Because not everybody you can mesh with.
Actually, yes, I went through a couple to find the one that I was really comfortable with.
And the reason why I said that is because it's important. Because one person goes to one psychiatrist, they don't get it, and they're like, oh my God, nobody can diagnose me, right?
Very
it's
true.
not true. It's not that your problem isn't diagnosable. It's that maybe that person was not a good mesh. So it's important that you find the right professional until you are, you found your medicine.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable, just change your doctor. That's okay. You don't have to, continue.
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure you're getting the right help, the correct medication.
Right, and the medication has to be changed.
And the medication, if you're getting a lot of side effects, stop it.
Yeah.
Change the medication.
Yeah. And even a psychiatrist, I think that going to a psychiatrist cannot be minimized. It's important that you get the support group that you need. There is nothing wrong with it. And I think that if you are feeling better, because you can talk to a neutral party about whatever it is that you want to talk to. Sometimes it's hard to talk to family.
It
if
is
you can-
very hard, yes.
Because they don't understand.
They don't understand. In the beginning, they don't.
Yeah, eventually they will.
Hopefully they should eventually.
Yeah. But it's important that you speak to that professional. That person can talk to you, sit down and make you feel that you're not alone, one. There is someone who's listening to you too, and there is help out there, and they will give you that help. So we are strongly, between me and Arti, are telling you, if depression is something that you're suffering from, or see a friend who's suffering from it, please, 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 please get help, talk to somebody, and see someone that can get you feeling so that you can function and that you become who you're meant to be.
Absolutely.
So I see on your hand there's a tattoo, live, laugh, love.
Yes.
Nice. So do you often look at that and say, this is what I want my life to be?
Absolutely. Because you know what? We all have challenges. Everyone has challenges. Everyone has problems. But, you just want to make the best, because we all have this one life. So you want to make the best of it.
With that, Arti, I'm going to thank you.
Oh, thank you, Alka.
Thank you for joining us in our show.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure.
Thank you. And if you like the show, please like it, subscribe, and then share this channel with somebody, because you don't know who you can help. I didn't know that this would happen and I would be able to help someone. And this was the first thing Arti said to me when I asked her to speak, that Alka, if I can help one woman through the show, I will be happy to be here.
Happy to do it.
And every time I say that, I'm getting goosebumps just like thinking about that, because it's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to be.
It is. But you know what? We should be able to help each other.
That's right.
That's why we are here. And if I can help one person, I'll be happy.
Absolutely. So please like it, subscribe to it, and then share. And thank you again for joining Soul Talks with Alka. We'll look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.